Welcome. Okay, picture this. It's your first day at a new job in the US. You've got the skills, you've got the drive, but there's this whole other layer of unwritten rules you need to figure out, right? So let's just walk through that first day together. We're going to decode those rules, step by step, so you can stop worrying about just surviving and really start thriving.
So, what are these rules anyway? It's a question that can feel pretty overwhelming. How do you greet someone? When do you speak up in a meeting? What's the deal with all the small talk? Honestly, getting these things right can make a huge difference, especially in your first few weeks.
But hey, that's exactly why we're here. Think of this as your personal guide to cracking the code starting from day one. We're going to cover everything from what to wear to how to write that perfect email. All right, let's dive in.
First up, making a great impression. Because believe it or not, your first day really begins with the choices you make before you even leave the house.
Okay, first things first, what to wear. The dress code can be wildly different depending on the industry. I mean, a law firm is a completely different world from a tech startup. So here's the single best piece of advice. For your first day, always aim one level above what you think the dress code is. It's way easier to dress down tomorrow than to recover from being underdressed today.
Next up, timing. This is a big one. In the US workplace, there's this saying, on time is late and early is on time. So if you aim to be about 5 minutes early for any meeting, especially on your first day, it sends a powerful message that you respect everyone's time.
You've arrived. Now what? Well, the standard professional greeting is simple but super important. A firm handshake, not too weak but not a bone crusher either, and direct eye contact. That combination just instantly signals confidence and sincerity. It's your first non-verbal hello.
Okay, deep breath. You've made it through the door, you've met a few people, now you're heading into your very first team meeting. Let's talk about how to make your voice heard in a way that really works. So here's the thing about American meetings. They're typically very interactive. They're not a spectator sport. You're actually expected to contribute your ideas, not just listen. And while it's important to respect when others are talking, you have to know that staying silent can sometimes be seen as you being uninterested. Your voice is not just welcome, it's expected.
This quote right here, it perfectly sums up the communication style you'll want to aim for. The culture really values efficiency, and that translates to being direct. Just be clear, be concise, and get to your point. Of course, you're always polite, but overly formal language can sometimes just get in the way.
Now, let's see how that directness plays out in your day-to-day communication. A huge part of your job is going to happen over email, and you should think of every single message you send as your digital handshake. And just like a real handshake, there's a right way to do it. Just follow these 4 simple steps for pretty much every email. 1. A clear subject line so people know what it's about. 2. Keep the message brief and direct. 3. A simple professional closing. And 4. Always try to respond within 24 to 48 hours. It just shows you're on top of your game.
All right, here's a cultural tip that might catch you by surprise. People use first names almost immediately, even with senior managers or the CEO. This reflects a workplace that's generally less formal and more about flat hierarchies. So unless someone tells you otherwise, feel comfortable using first names right from day one.
Of course, being successful isn't just about what you do in formal meetings and emails. It's also about the professional relationships you build in all those moments in between.
And this brings us to the art of small talk. You know, that casual chat before a meeting starts? It's more than just filling silence. It's how you build rapport and connections. The key is to stick to safe, neutral topics. You can't go wrong with the weather, sports, or what you did over the weekend. It's probably best to steer clear of anything too personal or political, especially when you're the new person.
Sooner or later, you're going to find yourself at a business lunch. Remember, the main goal here isn't really to close a deal, it's about building relationships. Standard etiquette applies. Wait for everyone to get their food before you start eating. And if you're the one who did the inviting, the bill is yours to pay, along with a standard tip of 15 to 20%.
Okay, so we've covered the day-to-day interactions. Now let's zoom out a bit. Because to truly succeed, it helps to understand the cultural mindset that's driving all of these behaviors. Success in the US workplace is often seen as a path you forge yourself. It starts with individualism. You're really expected to take initiative. It's kept going by a merit-based mindset, meaning you're valued for the results you deliver. And it grows through open communication. Sharing your ideas is encouraged, no matter what your job title is. And speaking of delivering results, nothing says reliable like meeting your deadlines. This one is absolutely crucial. But hey, things happen, right? If you think you might be late on something, the golden rule is to communicate that proactively. A heads up about a potential delay is always, always better than a surprise missed deadline.
So after our whole first day walkthrough, what's the ultimate takeaway? It really boils down to this checklist. Being punctual and respectful is the foundation. Being clear and professional are the tools you use, and being approachable and friendly is the glue that connects it all together. If you can master this balance, you'll be totally set up for success.
And that's your guide to decoding the American workplace. We've gone through everything from handshakes to deadlines. Now, it's your turn to put it into practice. So as you think about your next step, just ask yourself this: which one of these norms are you going to focus on first?